the top 5 child sports phenoms who went on to greatness. And the reason is today is the anniversary of Tiger Woods winning his first Masters. Tiger Woods in 1997 winning the Masters as a prodigy, and winning by 12 shots. But Tiger was a guy that was playing golf on TV when he was 3 on the Mike Douglas show. So child sports prodigy who went on to become all-time greats. My top 5. Here we go.
Number 5.
Number 5 is Ken Griffey Jr., number 1 overall pick in the 1987 Major League Baseball draft. He was the number 1 high school player of the year, made his professional debut in June of 1987. How old was he? Was he 18 when he came up, Hembo? He was either 18 or 19, and I remember all the talk. That's how he became the kid.
No, he was 19. 19 years old.
19. He was the kid. Could he possibly live up to the hype was the question. Answer, oh, yes, he could. Ken Griffey Jr., 630 home runs, 10 gold gloves, 7-time Silver Slugger, one of the truly great players of all time. Ken Griffey Jr., number 5 on today's list.
Number 4.
4 is Wayne Gretzky. At the age of 10, the great one scored 378 goals in a local league at the age of 10. He was so good, his parents moved him to Toronto when he was 14 so he could move up in class. He was known by everyone for it, and his dad, who just died recently, they talked a lot about how his dad helped bring him along. And did he live up to the hype? Oh, I suppose you could say so. I don't even need to list the accomplishments. Most career goals, most career assists, 9 Hart trophies, 4 Stanley Cups. He is just indisputably the greatest player in the history of his sport. Wayne Gretzky, number 4 on today's list of child phenoms.
Number 3.
3 is LeBron. And again, we're doing this based upon how well known they were as kids, not on how great their careers ultimately turned out to be. If we were doing that, then Gretzky would probably be number 1. But I'm talking about how well known they were in their youth. LeBron was one of the first major high school players to gain national attention. I'm old enough to remember when we televised one of his games on ESPN in high school, and Dick Vitale lost his mind. And there was no way he could live up to the hype. No way he could live up to all of the hype that surrounded him as a youth. And not only did he live up to it, but he has surpassed it. You can't argue that he hasn't surpassed it. He's one of the handful of greatest players that ever lived. I have so much respect for that alone, just having as much pressure as he carried into the league and the way he has managed to, again, outdo the expectations. LeBron James is number 3.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Serena. And I remember when Venus, her older sister, burst onto the scene. I remember the conversation being Venus Williams is on her way to being the greatest player in the world. And I vividly remember an interview in which she said, my little sister is better. My little sister is better than me. And it turns out she was right, because Venus Williams is one of the great players of all time. And Serena is the best. So Serena Williams, the greatest player in the history of her sport, child prodigy who was being named as such starting at the age of 10, is number 2 on today's green list.
Number 1.
But number 1 has to be Tiger. I mean, what can you say? You've seen the video. You've seen him playing golf on the Mike Douglas show at the age of 3. He was 3 years old, and he's hitting golf balls on national television. At the age of 6, he was winning drive, pitch, and putt competitions. His father said he was going to change the world in a way that Gandhi did. So you can't create bigger expectations for a person than existed for Tiger Woods. And he's gone on to win 15 majors and completely changed the way the world views the sport of golf. So it is inarguable today. Tiger Woods is number 1 on today's green list of child prodigies in sports who've gone on to live up to what was expected. Griffey Jr. is 5, Gretzky is 4, LeBron James is 3, Serena is 2, and Tiger Woods is 1. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.